up front in the number 2 and the 4J car. And the man who's got 3 consecutive feature wins here is the Buckeye Speedway. Johnny Beaber in the 1B car. Then Wes Hoffman in 24H. Jim Leaser in the 7A car. Then Tommy Corderson in the 2Q car. Mike Zeider in the 4Z car. Then Greg Foltz in the 5F car. Johnny Beaber in the 1B car. Ron Myers in the 25 car. Then it's Derek Winston in the 4Z car. In the 4S9. Jim Fowler in the 47G car. Then it's Mike Latch in car number 7. Andy Lutz in the number 6 car. Chris Meeker in car 57. Chuck Hammond in the 98H car. George Willard in the 26 car. Dave Bloomingdale in the 1B car. David Dixon in car number 75. And Gary Miller in the 41.
Spring Final are underway. Brad Doty and Kenny Jacobs setting the pace as both those boys jump out doing battle side by side down the backstretch for that number 1 position. Jacobs in the 4J car taking the outside grid and leading the way as Brad Doty's fallen into second spot. Pretty quickly under the green flag, the 2 leaders, first and second spot. Jacobs and Doty breaking away from the rest of the field. Dave Fisher as well, car number 9 running in 3rd position. It's all 3 cars so quickly away from the rest of the field, and Kenny Jacobs starting to look at lap traffic already. Dave Fisher once again running in 3rd spot in the blue and white number 9 car. He has quite a task though to catch up to your leaders, Kenny Jacobs and Brad Doty. Al Hager in the purple number 5 car running in 4th position, and Tom Corderson in car number 2 running in 5th. Kenny Jacobs doing a nice job of getting through slower traffic, starting to pull away a little bit from Brad Doty. And almost getting sideways. One of the boys, Brad Doty, doing a great job as he goes to the outside, getting by the spinning slower car. It's once again, your 2 leaders, Kenny Jacobs, Brad Doty, doing a nice job as they get through the slower traffic. Doty catching up now a bit as the boys head through turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch. Brad Doty looks like he's closing the gap a little bit. Fisher still running in 3rd position. Al Hager running in 4th spot as none of those top 4 positions are being challenged by anybody back in the field. And Brad Doty most definitely closed the gap as he's down on the inside of Kenny Jacobs down the backstretch. Kenny Jacobs getting held up by slower traffic, and Brad Doty now your leader. Brad Doty in car number 2 taking over that number 1 spot from Kenny Jacobs as Jacobs got held up down the backstretch by the slower cars. And here's Jacobs again, same spot in the Speedway. Down the backstretch, Jacobs on the outside, Doty on the inside, side by side. Kenny Jacobs back as one of the slower cars, losing an inch in all that smoke. Both your leaders once again getting by. Kenny Jacobs and Brad Doty putting on quite a show as the boys battling back and forth, exchanging that number 1 spot. Again, side by side is Doty trying on the inside, Kenny Jacobs on the outside. Weaving their way between slower traffic. On the turns, Doty getting a little bit of a lead, but Kenny Jacobs with that outside cushion being able to, and once again, one of the slower cars getting sideways. Greg Foltz from car number 5 almost spinning down in front of Brad Doty, and all the boys doing a terrific job of getting by. What a great race. Wheel-to-wheel action. None of the two leaders contending. Brad Doty again trying on the inside as he and Kenny Jacobs not touching at all. What a great race between these two fine competitors. Two of the best in the business, Kenny Jacobs from Holmesville, Ohio, and Brad Doty from Apple Creek, and both once again side by side down that backstretch. In through the turns, what a great battle. Doty really putting the pressure on leader Kenny Jacobs. No way to let up at all as Kenny Jacobs has got all he can handle. One little mistake and Doty's going to be goodbye again as Brad Doty's right there waiting for something to happen. The white flag out as the boys side by side down that backstretch. Kenny Jacobs trying to use that outside cushion to get a push as he goes down the backstretch. Down through turns 3 and 4 now as the checker flag in the flagman's hands, waving as Doty on the inside, getting the jump, and Brad Doty your winner. Brad Doty just edging out Kenny Jacobs as the checker flag came out. Brad Doty from Apple Creek, Ohio, as the boys still battling. Checker flag has been out and looks like they're still racing. Coming around once again, Brad Doty and Kenny Jacobs, but definitely Doty the winner. Racing almost a whole nother full lap of Brad Doty coming off the 4th turn, and a real drag race down that front stretch as Brad Doty from Apple Creek, Ohio, your winner. Kenny Jacobs, the fine competitor from Holmesville, Ohio, finishing 2nd.
Here's your sprint feature winner from Apple Creek, Ohio, and the number 2 car is Brad Doty. Hear about it, winning the sprint feature and what a win of the race. Brad Doty, the number 2 car. To the finish. Duke it out, changing leads each lap, inside, outside, wheel to wheel through the corners, and Doty finally got him. There he is, Brad Doty, your sprint feature winner. I think it's safe to say, I think Brad would even say it too. How about a round of applause for Kenny Jacobs? One heck of a race by the mouse man. Putting on a show for you, Brad Doty and Kenny Jacobs.
A couple of weeks ago, Jeff said he'd buy me a steak dinner if I saw a better race than he saw. He's talking about the one at Orville, lap after lap, bumper to bumper, and you won it on the last lap.
That was a real good moment for me because Kenny Jacobs actually got me the ride that morning. I drove all night from Indianapolis and hadn't had any sleep, and he called me up and gave me a phone number to call these people, and I said, well, yeah, I'll give it a try. Well, like I said, I hadn't been to bed yet, and I was really tired. And I thought, well, you know, I've never had any good luck at Wayne County, it seemed like. You know, that was always the last few years, you know, they never ran any special races here, and we ran some outlaw shows at Wayne County and you know, some all-star races and stuff. So that was really my only chance to really get home and race, you know, or my friends and family and stuff could go watch. And I never did any good there. So that morning, I thought, well, I'll try it. And so I laid down, slept a couple hours, and went to the racetrack. And I'll be darned, we won the heat and the feature both. And in the feature, Kenny Jacobs and I ran lap after lap, side by side, and passing back and forth. And out in the open, he'd pass me, and we'd get to traffic, and I'd get him back. And I never even knew it was the white flag, or the last lap. I never saw the white flag. We were so tight racing, and then the lap cars, I never looked at the flagman. And I'll be darned, I passed him coming out of 4, and I looked up and they were waving the checkered flag, and it was really exciting. I was glad to win it.
Well, we had it on TV a couple of weeks ago, and it was a very exciting race. Jeff didn't know there was a third and a fourth car in the race, I don't believe.
Well, that's what I heard. They say it was a real good race, and like I said, I told Kenny I was teasing him. He'd probably never get me a ride again, and he seemed real happy. You know, we just had a good tight race, and we never touched wheels, and it was a good clean race. And I'm sure I feel a little better about it than he does, because we came out on top, but it was still one of the best races I've ever been in.
There he is, Brad Doty.